The first step in the formation of the state policy in the field of combating corruption in Uzbekistan was the adoption of the law of the Republic of Uzbekistan on combating corruption. After that, over the 5 years, more than 18 legal normative acts has been adopted, including more than 10 normative legal acts that directly regulate the field of combating corruption. For example, on June 29, 2020, the Anti-Corruption Agency of the Republic of Uzbekistan and the National Anti-Corruption Council of the Republic of Uzbekistan and its territorial councils were established by the decree of the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan on additional measures on improvement of anti-corruption system in the Republic of Uzbekistan. Then, by the decree of the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan on additional measures to provide the openness of the activities of state bodies and organizations as well as effective implementation of public control, was approved the list of information that should be publicly announced by each state body and organization. The agency was given the authority to establish the system of rating evaluation of the effectiveness of anti-corruption efforts and to create an index of transparency of state bodies and organizations at the end of each year, and it has determined to be publicly announced through the electronic platform e-anticor.uz and mass media. In the system of anti-corruption were established the following institutions. In 2019 was established in the Senate of Ali Majlis the Committee on Judicial and Legal Issues and Anti-Corruption. Training of potential personnel in the field of anti-corruption has become one of the priority tasks of the Academy of General Prosecutor's Office. In 2019, special master's course in the field of combating corruption was opened at the Academy of Prosecutors General Office. On the basis of the decree of the President of our state on measures to provide the true independence of judges and to increase the efficiency of preventing corruption in the judicial system, on December 7, 2020, has been introduced the judicial inspection for ensuring the immunity of judges and preventing corruption. The following sociological surveys was conducted in the field of combating corruption. In 2021, various social pools were organized among different parts of the population. In particular, together with the UNICEF and U-Report organization, a survey was conducted on involving the youth in anti-corruption. According to the results of the survey organized by the Ijtimoiy Fikr Center in December of the last year on the topic of the state policy on anti-corruption, the activities of the anti-corruption agency, 89% of our population perceives corruption as an urgent problem for them. 43% of participants stated that the combating corruption in our country is very successful. The research on the study of the risks of corruption at the stage of admission to the school, conducted by the Anti-Corruption Agency together with the interested agencies within the framework of the project creation of the first anti-corruption laboratories in Uzbekistan, including the parents of primary school students, primary school children and school directors, in 114 schools was conducted. The Anti-Corruption Agency conducted an anonymous survey of the activity of law enforcement agencies in the region with the complex criminal situations in the Republic in the period of from February 16 to April 6, 2021. In the studies, the presence of corruption risk in law enforcement agencies was determined, and proposals were developed to eliminate them. In 2021 were held about 500 events of various levels and formats within the framework of Anti-Corruption Week, dedicated to the International Anti-Corruption Day, including the forums, conferences, competitions, actions and flash mobs. Roundtable discussions, trainings and talk shows were organized, and the representatives of general public, especially young people, were actively involved for them. In cooperation with the Ministry of Public Education of the Republic of Uzbekistan and Central Asian Education Office of United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees training for the prevention of corruption in the public education system, and the anti-corruption classes for school children were launched in 2020. Anti-corruption courses were organized in schools in 3 districts of 3 regions and in 2021 throughout the Republic. Open Data Challenge 2021 Hackathon included a special nomination in the field of combating corruption. The Minister of Higher and Secondary and Special Education held a Republican competition for the best textbook and the best teaching and methodological guide among professors and teachers of higher education institutions on anti-corruption. Uzbekistan Anti-Corruption Digest online magazine published in Uzbek, Russian and English languages was established and published monthly in order to systematically convey the reforms implemented in the field of combating corruption to general public. 11 representatives of NGO were included to the National Anti-Corruption Council of the Republic of Uzbekistan in order to actively involve and encourage NGOs' information of an intolerant attitude towards corruption in society and to increase their knowledge. In 2021 was registered the Analysis Center on Openness and Transparency in Uzbekistan, the first independent NGO that studies corruption and transparency. In 2022, the agency and other official organizations of the UNDP announced a joint competition involvement of public society institutions in the process of development and implementation of innovations in combating and prevention of corruption.